Where do I start? Oh, I will not miss this place one little bit, I can tell you. With all its disgusting, gory mess and the stench. Oh, I don't think I want to see so much mud and mess ever again in my entire life, I can tell you. Oh, I cannot wait to see Mother and Father. Their letters are full of news of this and that, but I don't know how the war has affected them, not really. I know Mother's at home waiting for us all to return. Father sends letters, but I've only had 3 in as many years, and, well, I know some of them are missing because, well, they don't make much sense. And then there's me, here, in this hellhole.
Okay, I work during the day. My daytime job is working with the elderly, and the oldest olds, some of them are in their 80s and 90s and even 100 plus. And they tell us their stories, they tell us, they reminisce, they tell us their memories, and we've captured them. And what we've done in this play is we've taken a lot of stories and we've amalgamated them into 5 characters, and those 5 characters tell true stories. So it's about their time as Land Army girls. The character Margaret is the middle class Land Army girl, and the character Josephine is the runaway, the working class aspect of Land Army life, and we portray the stories that we've got through those 2 characters. It's a neat and tidy play, and it's only a small cast, it can be taken anywhere. We're open to take the play to any audience that wants to listen to our stories. But we were just chatting before, it's a heritage in crisis, that the stories we're telling are of people who are very, very old, who will pass away very shortly. And if we don't capture those stories, they're gone and no one will know their experiences in their lives. Well, I'm from Wythenshawe, born and bred as well, and the stories that we're told, with particular stories we're telling, are of meeting for the first time, and one of the Land Army girls was only 15, 16, and she'd told fibs to the doctor to get into the Land Army because she would have been on the streets if she'd not found the Land Army. So that's like one story. She actually the character fell in love with a prisoner of war, and the one story we've been told by a Jewish refugee is that he was interned before the war, and was on the Isle of Man for 2 or 3 years, and then the government released them and let them work on the land, and he fell in love with a Land Army girl. But when they came back to Wythenshawe, they were spat upon and swastikas were painted on the pram, and they had terrible experience of abuse, and the wife became very depressed and didn't leave home. But he was a tailor, and he sort of got assimilated into the community by his tailoring skills. And he started to make clothes for the local community, and in the end they were the go-to people for christening gowns or Holy Communion dresses or whatever. So that's like a sample of the stories. What else do we tell? And we've got also diaries of a 101-year-old guy, and Chelsie, who plays present day granddaughter, is going through the diary and reads extracts, and his wedding night is hilarious. It's just, I'm not even giving that away. The wedding night is hilarious, and also his encounters on a Napoli harbour bar. That's really funny as well. So it's poignant, it's funny, it's enlightening, it's uplifting. The desire to tell stories, to share stories, and once someone has listened to a story, they see that person in a different light. So we're trying to sort of get across that next time you see an older person, think of their backstory. Think that they're old now, but they've had plenty of experience and plenty of life in front of them, and so, well, behind them I should say. So they've got a backstory, and that's what we're telling, and that's why we're using young actors and young voices to show that they were young. And that they lived a very extraordinary life during and after the war.
We'll miss this place. I know it sounds daft to say, during a war and all, but I made friends here. I belonged. And dare I say it, I had fun. I did. I called in at Margaret's room earlier, but she wasn't there. Mind you, she'll have forgotten about meeting me today. She is so preoccupied with finding Mr. Right, but does nothing about it. A reader of books, you know, the classics, Jane Eyre, the Brontes, and Shakespeare. Her head is full of romance, but her body starved of it.